Welcome to the TMC Newsroom. My name is Rich Tehrani. Thanks for watching. We're in San Jose this week, and we're interviewing some of the best and brightest companies in Silicon Valley. On our program is Denise Barton. She's the Director of Marketing at Tropos Networks. Denise, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
So tell us about your company.
So Tropos builds wireless broadband networks for smart grid communications, and as we all know, there's multiple layers to communications within the smart grid, but basically we sit across the distribution area and aggregate communications for many different applications, AMI, distribution automation, substation security. So what we're finding with utilities is that instead of continuing to build networks for all these separate applications, we're offering them an economical solution that is high performance, in which they can aggregate their communications over a single network infrastructure.
How about metering? Is that something that you're involved in?
Absolutely. We actually partner today with Itron and Elster to provide customers with our backhaul. Itron actually resells our network under the OpenWay brand and offers that to their customers. So we sit and work very closely with them and provide the backhaul for those AMI networks.
What sorts of trends have you seen in the space?
Some of the trends that we're seeing is that many of the utilities started with AMI, and they're now starting to look at other applications which are placing much higher demands on the network itself, such as distribution automation. Some of those applications require both high performance as well as low latency. Unlike AMI, many utilities started with, which you can get by with a relatively low bandwidth type of solution. So we're starting to see utilities really understand that for smart grid, they need to be looking at communications as a very strategic part of their decision making, so that they make the right decisions going forward to buy a network that will take them a long way in terms of being able to add multiple applications over time.
Now, the government invested a good amount of money in the space. How has that affected the market?
Boom. I think we all saw this great hit, and lots of projects and a lot of activity underway. And as you know, so many of those utilities wanted to get started right away with their projects since they had a limited amount of time to spend those funds. Many of those projects that were funded were for metering. However, some were included other applications. So we saw a lot of activity. Now we see utilities in an implementation mode right now, where they're implementing a lot of those projects. Some of our customers who receive funds include Avista up in Washington, Glendale Water and Power, Burbank Water and Power, DTE Energy. So you've got a lot of utilities that are implementing right now to use those funds while they're available.
Now, are you seeing growth outside the country?
We are. We actually have one of our largest utility installations outside of the U.S. in the Emirate of Abu Dhabi, where they've deployed a Tropos network for wireless communications for both power and water meters. They're now adding other applications such as distribution automation, even traffic controllers using that same infrastructure. It spans about 3,000 square miles, and today is supporting 1.5 million meters.
Wow.
So a very broad network.
So what's next for the company?
Next for the company is we're going to continue growing. We see a lot of growth potential here in the United States as well as abroad with the projects that are underway in countries such as in Europe as well as the Middle East, in South America. So there's just tremendous growth potential that we see.
Fantastic. Thanks for being on the program.
Thank you very much.